next.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week, pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're sixes.
Yeah, that's good for a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 3.
So, Charles, take nothing away from this young man under center because I know people think he's got a very bright future in this league, but I have to figure the defensive coordinators love the thought of squaring off against a rookie quarterback.
And especially if they have guys they can put together a game plan with, it's going to confuse, disguise a lot of coverage, make this kid think a little bit. Because in college, he's seen a lot of things. Let's not get it wrong here. But at the same time, in the NFL, you can do so much more because of the athletes you have, because of their football IQ. And don't forget, you're going to throw a couple extra rushers at him as well. See if he can handle the pressure when those guys come at him.
On is the punter, Johnston now, as he sends this one away.
It's taken to the 26. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
It's hard to be frustrated when you throw for nearly 400 yards, but I know he wanted to break that barrier. I think he got the pain eased a little bit when they named him NFC Offensive Player of the Week, though.
Yeah, when you get the award, you know you had the best week in the conference, you let it slide, but hey, that number well within his range. You know he's got the arm to do it in this one. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 106 yards.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it.
And this is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Murray sets to throw on 4th.
And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with a football. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. What? 37 on 1st and 10.
Here's Stroud. Gets the dump off to Pierce.
And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be 2nd down.
Look at this Arizona defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it?
Stroud's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
And he gets us one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
One of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field.
Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Michael O.J. Mudia
just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Stroud.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Texans. Robert Woods, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Texans are on the board first here this afternoon.
But with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up, because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They fake the handoff. Now Murray.
Pass to Brown. He's got it on the crossing route.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 9. And here's a handoff out of the gun.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
Hey, look at the defense for these Texans.
They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll early. Chip away their timing.
And he'll take this one down to the 36. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
And he is going to have the Cardinals 1st down as they take advantage of what looked like an unsure defense. They wind up getting 8 on 4th and 3.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2.
Now 2nd and 3.
as they've got it as we resume action. Now Murray throwing on second down. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Hands it off out of the gun.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. They'll try and run for it. And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce.
That past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. And the Cardinals, they trot out their dime package for third down.
Now here's Stroud on third down.
Got him in. It's Brown. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They're on a challenge. So it winds up a very smart decision to throw the flag. They reset the spot, and now that's a first down. Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Stroud on third down now. Oh, and that is incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Fielded just inside the 20. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger. Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great effort there.
That's his 18th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are an extra point away from drawing level.
Prater for the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. We'll see how this one continues.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Stroud looking to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Tanner Muse with it.
And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception. So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier to shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they contained him very well.
He's got the connection to Moore. And they are going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's a give up the middle. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9. Cardinals got to go quickly, hustling to the line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Cardinals will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point good by Prater. And that makes the score 14-7. And after the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back, because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Again on 2nd down, it's Stroud.
A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
3rd and 1, Stroud. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
A 41-yard punt there with no return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. He's going deep for Brown. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marquise Brown in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Cardinals will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Now Prater to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
So we have reached halftime with the visiting Cardinals out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. So let's see what's going on around the NFL. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in...
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. Their win streak at 6 coming in and counting as they've got the lead right now beginning this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
49 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Cardinals.
Now a handoff running through the middle.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with...
He's got it at the 15.
And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds.
A huge play there for Arizona. 45 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Cardinals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Prater for the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 46.
Throwing now is Stroud. He'll get the hook up there to Woods.
So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
At the Cardinals' 43-yard line.
Stroud sets up the play action.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same.
Well, they get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Michael O.J. Mudia
able to record his 5th sack of the season. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home, because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
88 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6.
Murray now. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. First target, first catch, and a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Finding Ertz again. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of. I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Prater's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. Back now in Houston. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
1st and 10, it's Stroud.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
They get to Stroud, nowhere to go, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Jalen Thompson picks it. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Cardinals first down as they get it rather easily there. A gain of 9 on 4th and 3.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he tries to keep the legs churning, but he's going to be stopped behind the line.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again.
And he is not going to go anywhere. They're going to get to him behind the line, and that is going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and goal from the 6. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
Now they're going to try this thing. They're at the 5, 4th and goal. They're going to go for it. We'll see. Run, probably pass 2, both in the arsenal. And he'll get it only to about the 3 and no further as they stop him.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, ready?
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Stroud to throw it.
And that will be incomplete.
That incompletion brings us 1 step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Taking on the midfield logo. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Cardinals, great field position to start this drive as they take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And they hope to polish things off. And what a run they are on as they try to turn a 6-game win streak into a 7-game win streak.
The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
At the 48-yard line.
Back to throw it. Murray. It's caught at the 10. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close.
A huge play there for Arizona. 46 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
That right there, Charles, is your exclamation mark. They already had the nice lead on their way to a victory, but one final touchdown here to widen the margin late in the 4th quarter.
Let's make it pretty simple. When you can seemingly score at will, why wouldn't you take advantage of being in that zone and getting one more to cap off this game?
Prater on to add the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
And a touchback as Dortch elects not to return it.
Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. On 1st down, here's Stroud. That's complete to Dell.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Here's Stroud. Swings this one out wide for Pierce.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Stroud. Delivers another one to Pierce.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than